Hello, everyone. This is the promised continuation of my collection video. This is going to be minis and travels. So what I tend to do on fragrances that like sometimes I think I need a little more time with that I'm sort of thinking about, I will buy a travel instead of a full bottle, just to keep testing it and see what I think. You'll hear more about that later. Minis, sometimes I get them for free from Sephora. Another thing I will say quickly about my minis and travels is that I'm not going to go over the ones because there's some situations where like I have a travel and I'm finishing it up, but I've already bought like the bottle of it. If I already went over the bottle of it, I'm not going to go over it again. Just know that I guess I have a couple of extra things that I'm not really going to cover in this video because I've already talked about them in the full collection video, like in the full bottle video. But yeah, I will just go over the stuff that is I only have as a mini or travel. We're going to start with minis, and then I will move on to travels. The first mini I have as part of my collection is Miss Dior. This is the 2024 version. This perfume has a lot of like, which version, which year do you have? Because they all sort of smell different, and they all have the same name, which is frustrating and annoying. But yeah, this is the 2024 version with the strawberry note. All right, this was kind of a surprise for me. This was like a freebie Sephora thing that I got with an order, I think as part of the rewards program. And I didn't think I was gonna like it. Miss Dior just seems like very like floral and subtle and like not really my vibe at all. But this was actually like kind of like the strawberry thing is kind of nice. And it's kind of like a basic perfume. I say basic in the sense that like there's nothing particularly super exciting about this, but like it's really pleasant. I think like it'd be like I don't work in an office, but I feel like it's sort of like kind of like the office appropriate kind of like fragrance where you just smell nice and subtle. Yeah, it's good. And the mini's really cute. I'm gonna stop saying cute. That is another thing that I learned, is that I say things are cute a lot. I'm gonna stop saying that. That is Miss Dior 2024. The next two I'm gonna sort of talk about in conjunction because they were part of a set. I think we can all sort of guess what I'm talking about. So these are parts of the Kayali Summer in a Bottle collection. I only have two at this point, because I did buy the full collection when it came out. Sort of suspecting that I was gonna very least not like one of them and have to trade it. I ended up trading two of them for other things, including a backup of this one. So I actually have two of these. One is stored away because I traded it for the orange one, the Marrakesh in a bottle. This is Kayali's Capri in a Bottle Lemon Sugar 14. This is kind of interesting because like the whole like lemon sugar thing, and first of all, Capri, I've been to Capri, it's so beautiful, and it's so like there's so many lemons, and the lemons are massive. Like we get like little like baby lemons here in Canada, and like the actual lemons are like the size of your head. They're massive. Capri in a Bottle is like is like another lemon gourmand, and I have many lemon gourmands. The thing that's interesting about this one, and maybe it's changed now that it's sort of been sitting for a little bit. Yeah, I can sort of smell it a little bit. I actually pick up the raspberry note in this more than I pick up the lemon in it, even though it's called lemon sugar. It doesn't smell particularly lemony to me. It smells more like a sugary raspberry with like, now like that's been sitting for longer and it's got like the juices a little bit darker. Now I'm picking up a bit more of the lemon than I used to. But yeah, it's more like a raspberry thing to me now, which is kind of interesting. Anyways, I like it enough. I don't know that well, there's no full bottles of these. These are the full bottles, I guess. But if this were to come in a full bottle, I don't know, I might pick it up. I have a lot of lemon gourmand, so I'd have to think about it, but it is really nice. I'm sort of glad that I have like two of these that I was able to trade. I had a tester of Hufflepuff by House of Sillage, and this smelled pretty close to it. And I know House of Sillage is difficult to get in Canada. It's very, like, with fees and everything, it's very expensive to get House of Sillage to ship over here. And, like, with all the stuff going on, that might just get worse and worse and worse. So, this is, if you're wanting to, like, know what that smells like or smell that, you can just go for this instead. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the other Kayali Summer in a Bottle collection that I kept part 2 of. This is Kayali's Maui in a Bottle Sweet Banana 37. Yeah, this is like it smells very very much like yellow florals and very tropical in that way, and like the sweet banana is like just like what sort of gives it like a sweetness and a creaminess, I find. This is pretty nice. I like it. The juice has gotten obviously a lot darker since it's been sitting here. But like there's not a ton left, and I don't think I would buy this again, but it's pleasant enough for now, and I'm probably going to use this up by the end of the summer. Next up in my minis collection is another freebie that I got, I think, at everything's Sephora. It's probably Sephora. This is Marc Jacobs Perfect. So hilariously about this is like predominantly like an almond blossom fragrance, and I am allergic to almonds. But it only smells like it. It's not actually almonds. Anyways, you'd think that because of that I wouldn't like this as much as I do, but I find this to be very pleasant when I'm wearing it. Again, this is nothing particularly like special or unique, and I don't think I would purchase a bottle of this, but like I find that every time that I end up getting a sample of it or getting a small little guy like this, which happens pretty frequently, it's pretty easy to find samples of this or be given samples of this. I always enjoy it when I wear it. So yeah, so that's Marc Jacobs Perfect. The rest of my minis in my collection are actually all by the same perfumer, and they're an indie perfumer. Can't remember exactly where they're located, somewhere in the States. And yeah, the fragrances are all really good and really interesting, so I'm gonna keep talking. But it's all one brand for the next little while. First fragrance I'm gonna talk about from this brand. I want to preface this by saying I don't think any TERFs made any money off of this. I'm fairly certain this is unlicensed. So to my knowledge, no TERFs made any money off this. Trans rights are human rights. That's it. So this is Sugar Milk's Butterbeer. This smells, I know there's a lot of like caramel and caramelly fragrances going around. This smells more like, and I think it has a note of caramel, but it also has a note of butterscotch. This smells like butterscotch to me. It just smells like a little bit more deep and like more like butter. It's got like a bit of like a salty kick. Yeah. And they're like little 10 ml roller balls. I really like these a lot. And this is a good one. This is Sugar Milk's Butterbeer. Continuing with Sugar Milk, this is Sugar Milk's Cranberry Soda. This one, again, it's part of the whole I'm on the hunt for cranberry fragrances. This is probably my favorite of the ones that I've found. This one also, I will say that my husband always compliments me on every time I wear this. This is one of the ones that he notices and points out. Yeah, it smells like cranberries, but also sort of got like a fizzy sort of thing going on. It's really lovely. I really like this a lot, but I don't think it's on the website anymore, unfortunately, because I would probably have gotten a bigger bottle of this. But yeah, I'm happy to have it while I have it. Sugar Milk Cranberry Soda. This is Sugar Milk's Dragonfruit drink. This was a limited edition. I bought it at the end of last year. It was sort of the end of summer, so I haven't really gotten a chance to wear it. So it's just sort of been sitting. Yeah. So the reason why I was attracted to this and bought this was Starbucks Mango Dragonfruit is sort of my go-to if I'm not in the mood for coffee, but I still need some caffeine. So this is like dragonfruit and black tea. I'm looking forward to wearing this in the summer. We will see how it goes. Sugar Milk's dragonfruit drink. The next up from Sugar Milk was the first fragrance I ever tried from them, because it was actually really kind of an appealing little note to me. So this is Sugar Milk's Fluffy Jiggly Cheesecake. This does smell like cheesecake. It smells like cream cheese and sugar, which is, you'd think smelling like cream cheese would not be appealing, but apparently to me it is. Yeah, it really just smells like a fluffy, light whipped cream cheese cheesecake. It doesn't smell like really dense and thick like you would think. It smells more like a Japanese cheesecake. If you've ever had those, it's like much lighter. It's really good. Really dig this. Sugar Milk's Fluffy Jiggly Cheesecake. This is Sugar Milk's Melon Soda. This is there's a lot of like watermelon, like watermelon Jolly Rancher type fragrances on the market. A lot of them are like boutique and all of those fragrances that are like watermelon Jolly Rancher. This is watermelon Jolly Rancher. This just happens to be the one that I have. And it's really good. I really like it. If you watched my collection videos, you know that I am a big fan of melon fragrances. So like watermelon Jolly Ranchers, absolutely my vibe, my thing. Yep. So I can't wait till summer. That's when I wear this. Super pumped to smell like this again, because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Who doesn't want to smell like watermelon Jolly Ranchers? Like, who are you people that don't want to smell like watermelon Jolly Ranchers? Who are you? It's amazing. It's so good. Why not? It's fun. 2 more Sugar Milks. All right, so let's continue. This is Sugar Milk's Pink Drink. This sort of almost has like a peach rings thing to it. It's like peach rings, but since it's been sitting, it's got like a blood orange note in it that's sort of come out more since then. So it's sort of like peach rings and blood orange. I really dig it. This, I just kind of want to keep smelling it. Yeah, it's peach rings with like a little like bit of a deeper, darker orange thing underneath. Sugar Milk's Pink Drink. Last one from Sugar Milk. This is my most recent acquisition from them. This sort of like a wintry type fragrance. This is Sugar Plum Candy from Sugar Milk. I sort of wanted like the sugar plum. I wanted a sugar plum fragrance. I specifically like, because plum, I have a lot of plum fragrances, but like I sort of wanted like a sugary one. And that's certainly this. I just recently got this, so I've worn this like maybe once, but I'm gonna keep wearing it this winter. But I really like it so far. Sugar Plum Candy by Sugar Milk. That was it for my minis. I'm gonna move along to my travels. Yeah, as I said before, I have some additional travels, but they are all of fragrances that I have already bought full bottles of. So, but I am trying to use those up before I get to the full bottles. So yeah. Anyways, this first one up is Al-Rehab's Choco Musk Concentrated Perfume Oil. So this, I know the like spray version of this is pretty popular and is in a lot of people's collection videos that I see. I have a preference to the oil. The oil lasts forever. Not forever, but like I've had it last like a 12 plus hour day. It lasts a super, super long time. And you only get like 6 ml of this. This is like my second bottle of this, but This is probably the best chocolate fragrance that I own. I've said previously that I'm really picky with chocolate. Chocolate can get really like sickly on me. Even though I love to eat chocolate and stuff, and I love dark chocolate, and I love to eat like it. For some reason, the smell of it can get a little bit too much for me sometimes. But this is the perfect chocolate. It's like sweet. It's like sweet milk chocolate. It smells a little bit like Cocoa Puffs, a little bit, that kind of chocolate. It's really beautiful, and it lasts a super long time. I can't speak to the spray perfume at all. But that's cheap. This is also very cheap. I think I got this for like $12 or something like that. So this is very, very cheap. It lasts a super long time. Like it took me a year and a half to go through one of these little 6 mLs. But yeah, it's just a beautiful chocolate, and it's cheap, and like, honestly, you can't go wrong with this. Al-Rehab's Choco Musk. This is Pacific Rock Moss by Goldfield and Banks. So I got like a little like tester box. I received a little tester box in the mail. I think from like Lucky Scent. It was part of a Lucky Scent order, which had like 3 of the fragrances from Goldfield and Banks in it. And I tested this one, and I didn't think I was gonna like it because it's like very like it's sort of like those like aquatic scents, right? So it's like it had like a lot of moss in it. I forget what else is in this, but I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I actually did quite like it. It was a lot sweeter than I anticipated. So anyways, I went through the sample. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then I did. I went through the sample, and I was like, okay, fine. And then I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about like fragrances that like sort of like are considered unisex that I would recommend to people and stuff like that. And this kept coming up and be like, oh, Pacific Rock Moss. Oh, Pacific Rock Moss. You want Pacific Rock Moss? And so I was like, I think about this fragrance an awful lot to like not have any of it in my collection. So I ordered a travel. I think I'm going to be upgrading to a full bottle of this. I really do enjoy it. Out of all the like salty aquatic fragrances I've tested out, and there's been a handful. There's like Wood Sage and Sea Salt. There's like one by Le Mont Gourmand, Cell Ocean, I think that's called. Even my G of the Sea, which is like a little bit of a fruitier, berrier version of this. This is my favorite one. I think I'm going to definitely be upgrading this to a full bottle once this travel is done. Probably going to want to finish this up by the end of the summer, and then I will get a full bottle of this. It's really, really beautiful. So that's Pacific Rock Moss by Goldfield and Banks. All right, the next fragrance is also by Goldfield and Banks. This is Goldfield and Banks Sunset Hour. This scent, I've gone on quite a little journey back and forth with this scent. I had that same little like tester sampler kit that I got from Lucky Scent that had Pacific Rock Moss in it. And I tested this, and I was like, oh, I like it, but, well, actually, that's not true. Sometimes I really love this fragrance, and sometimes I really don't love this fragrance. Or it's not that I dislike the fragrance. It's like I waffle between it's just okay to like I love it. And it's really difficult to tell when I'm gonna feel either way about it. It's just got a very like interesting smell to it. I guess it's got like, I think it's like an Australian peach or something like that. Something very specifically Australian in it. It is an Australian brand if you didn't know. But yeah, it's got Sunset Hour is kind of the perfect name because it sort of smells, if you picture a sunset in your head, it's got like that like deep orangey, like oranges and like reds and kind of like purpley kind of thing going on. That's what this smells like. So it's kind of the perfect name, but I really like waffle back and forth between whether I love it or not. So I don't know. Maybe once this travel size is done, I will sort of be done with it, or I will have fallen in love with it again. I don't know. It's such a weird one for me that I don't like. I don't know about it. I don't know. Sunset Hour by Goldfield and Banks. The next travel I have is Daisy Wild by Marc Jacobs. This fragrance surprised me. So I was in Sephora just like smelling things, and I picked this up. I didn't think I was going to be that into it because a lot of Marc Jacobs fragrances are just sort of like okay to me. They just smell nice and they're pleasant, but they're not really like exciting or interesting. And I smelled this one. I was like, oh, it's sort of got like sort of a similar thing to the Kayali's Maui in a bottle. It's sort of got like a banana-y thing going on, like a sweet banana. But I think it's banana flower in this. It does smell banana-y, but it smells like more floral banana, if that makes sense. I think it's banana flower specifically as the note. Anyways, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I happened to receive like a small sample of this, and I got to wear it around, and I liked it. I liked it enough that I was like, I used the sample, and I was kind of like still thinking about it in the summer. So I decided during the semi-annual thing that they have to pick up a travel, because I feel like I need a little bit more time with it. I'm interested as well in, there's an Intense coming out pretty soon, and apparently it smells almost identical to this, except it lasts longer. So I'm going to be testing that as well, and we'll see. There's a chance I might upgrade to the full bottle of this. The full bottle of this or the Intense, they're very cute. Like they're like look like a little bouquet. And they've got like the stems in the bottle. The bottle is really cute, but I don't know if I need it. But I did want to like test it a little bit more. So I guess I just wanted to extend the relationship a little bit, just beyond the sample, and see what I thought of it. So we have a travel for now. This is Daisy Wild by Marc Jacobs. This first one is Skylar's Milk and Chill. You will have seen this in my January testing video, because it was January 2025's Scent of the Month Club. Skylar has a Scent of the Month Club where they send you travels of fragrances they're sort of like thinking about releasing in like bigger bottles and stuff. They might eventually release things in bigger bottles. What you might notice about this, if you know anything about Skylar, is that this is not the right cap. I have, for the Skylars that I am keeping, I have switched out the roller balls into sprayers, because you can do that. I was watching a video by Eau de Kate. I will tag her. Got that idea from her. But yeah, I just switched out the roller balls for a sprayer, so now you'll see all of them have sprayers now. So that's why it looks different, but this is the official one anyways, but it just looks different because I've done that. Anyways, Skylar's Milk and Chill. I've only gotten to wear it once or twice so far. It's interesting because it's the perfect name. It smells like very lactonic. It smells very lactonic and also manages to smell cold at the same time. I think there's like a pear note at the top and sort of gives it like, sort of like the illusion of being cold, which is interesting. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to wearing this more and seeing what I think of it. But yeah, Skylar Milk and Chill. The next travel I have is more Skylar. This is, again, Scent of the Month Club. I think this was December 2024. This is Skylar Sweet Nothings. Again, I switched out the rollerball into a sprayer. This smells... Well, first of all, it does smell really good. It's very, like, sweet and fluffy. But to me, when I first smelled this, it smelled too similar to Boardwalk Delight for me, like Skylar's Boardwalk Delight. It's got a very similar, like, sugary note in it to that. When you smell them side by side, they don't smell the same. They have different enough notes where you go, oh, okay, these are different. But initially, if you just sort of smell this on its own, it does remind me a little bit too much of Boardwalk Delight, so I don't think I would need any more of this once I use this up. It's really pretty. I'm going to use it. It's weird that it's sort of a weird release for December. Because to me, this smells very like spring, summer. So I haven't really used it very much. I'm going to wait until the weather warms up before I start really using this in earnest. But yeah, Skylar Sweet Nothings. This next Skylar Scent of the Month Club is sort of why I joined the Scent of the Month Club, because I saw this. All of the notes were so up my alley. This is just my vibe. This is Skylar's Water's Edge. I really, really hope this becomes a full bottle. I would absolutely buy a full bottle of this. This is, it's like apple and cucumber and watery, and I think it's got like a water lily thing going on as well. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I am an old school cucumber melon girl at heart, and this sort of kind of reminds me of it, and also has like an apple thing, and I really like apple and fragrances. This is so beautiful. I really hope this becomes a full bottle. I don't know if it will. I don't even think you can get it anymore on the Skylar's website. I think they're finally out of them, but like, God, it's so pretty. Absolutely an ideal name for this. I would definitely order a full bottle of this, Skylar, if you're listening. I want a full bottle of Water's Edge. It's so beautiful. Oh, God, it's so pretty. It's pretty and calming. I love it. I love it so much. Please, Skylar. Skylar, please. This one. This is it. This is the good one. And I'm going to really butcher this company name because I have no idea how this was pronounced. This is Sucreabeille. Anyways, this is key lime pie. I don't know why. Like, the art is super. I don't know if you can see that. So it's like a key lime pie with a face and also worms. I don't know. Anyways, this scent, I own Theodore's Calatini's lemon tart, and I was thinking about that one. Like, I think I was wearing it at the time, and I was like, I would really love a key lime pie version of this, where you could smell like the key lime and the lemon and like the tart underneath. Anyways, so that sort of like sent me on like a hunt for a key lime pie fragrance. And now lime is a very volatile note, so it sort of tends to only, if you do have lime in a fragrance, it tends to be very much like in the opening and then it's gone. This one you can sort of smell the lime all the way throughout. It's a very strong citrus scent. I could see it doesn't, for me, it doesn't go to like cleaner, because I know like lemon and like citrus scents like that can like sort of go very like cleaning product to people. This I think is like very borderline. But it is a very, very strong lime scent. And you can smell the like the crust in it. So yeah, this is probably the best key lime pie scent that I have found. I haven't found a ton. If you know of any, please comment below. I would love to smell them. I would really like to smell like key lime pie. Key lime pies are delicious. Yeah, so there's not a ton left of this. I don't know if you can tell. I've used up quite a bit. I will probably finish this up by the end of the year. The other thing I will say is that like this company a lot of the fragrances like tend to come and go quite a bit. So like I don't think you can get this anymore. That is Key Lime Pie by Sucreabeille. Also, if you know how to pronounce this name, please tell me. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is the last the last one that's part of my collection. There's a lot of debate about like dupe houses or like companies that predominantly do dupes of things and are very explicit about it, like smell like this, smell like that. This is our interpretation of this fragrance. This is inspired by that fragrance. Like it gets. I personally feel weird about it because I don't know. I work in the arts and like I sort of see fragrance as an art, so I feel like the copying is a little weird. But then that gets elitist in terms of like cost and etc. etc. So like there's a big debate. I don't know. I'm just saying for my collection personally, I tend to like not really go for intentional dupes. That being said, I won this. So it is part of my collection because I am using it up, but I did like win this. And for a dupe, this is a pretty good one. Actually, I won a couple of fragrances that weren't for me ultimately, but like they are good dupes of the fragrances they were duping. So this is a good one, I guess. Anyways, this is Zoha Aroma's Golden Ember. So this is supposed to smell like Perfumes de Marly's Altair. If you watched my full perfume video, I think I've talked about Altair a little bit. I don't own it, but I don't own it because that fragrance, the orange blossom in that fragrance sort of overtakes it for me, and I don't really care for it. Because orange blossom is something I really struggle with. But I like everything underneath it. This, you can sort of see the notes. You can sort of see the notes there. This doesn't have orange blossom list. It doesn't have an orange blossom listed. When I first received it, I didn't smell any orange blossom. I'm starting to smell a lot more orange blossom in this, so I think it's getting actually closer to what Altair actually smells like. The longer it sits, it's getting closer to Altair, but it's it's sort of like cardamom and vanilla. The orange blossom is starting to come through on this, even though it's not listed, and I didn't smell it when I initially got this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to use it up like by the end of the winter. So I've got 2 months to use the rest of this little guy up, and then I'll be done with it. Golden Ember by Zoha Aroma. All right, that's it. That is it for my minis and my travels. It's a much shorter. Hopefully this is a much shorter video than the collection video, which ended up being 2 hours long, and I had to split into two. Hopefully this is just one video. Stay tuned for my body mists. That's the next video I'm going to be doing, and then that's my collection video for the beginning of 2025, and we'll see how my collection continues to evolve over the course of the year. Yes, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, I guess. And if you have any like questions, comments, concerns, I don't know. If you have anything you want to say about my collection, or if there's anything you think I might like, or anything you want me to try, I don't know, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you around.